See, things have come to head, time out for scare you, scary route today. And follow us down Courage Lane, they cages in, break down the gates. We want all the smoke, like we chiefin' on a pound a day. But not talking intoxicating rage, not this is far more tragic than what's comprehended. This has got to stop, I don't understand everything as a man. I'm authorized by God to make this petition, believe it, especially when you hate and aim to kill a man.
Here, man. Back in the building. Man, it feels so good to be back right here at NDT Network in front of all the people that's tuning in. Beautiful audience, dope guests. It's about to be one of them shows, y'all. Welcome back to the hottest, the dopest podcast in the streets, TOTB. Season after season, episode after episode, man. Y'all continue to rock with us with all the likes and shares and the comments. Even the bad ones about this guy. You know, we still here, man. It's all because of y'all, man. Go follow us, TOTB_show on YouTube, TOTB the dopest on IG. And look, thinking outside the box, everywhere that you type it in your computer, you're going to find us right here, man. Just celebrated 50 episodes and we only going stronger, man. So once again, thank y'all for rocking with us, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So now's the time to go like, share, subscribe, and get in tune with what we about to talk about here. All right, we got a dope guest. We're going to get to her in a minute, man. But before we do that, let's get the thinkers in the building, man. The dude right next to me, Captain Controversial and actor, Moolah Monster. What's up, bro? Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at moolahmonster.com. Check me out. Or Moolah Monster Collection on Instagram.
There it is.
Salute.
There it is. We got my man, B Scholar, the philosopher. What's up, man? Where can they find you, bro?
You can find me at black_scholar00 IG, TikTok. Salute.
There it is. Right next to him, gospel artist, pastor, Holy Grind. What's up, bro? Where can they find you, man?
Blessings, great people. You can find me at Holy Grind on IG, Facebook, and all streaming platforms. Holy Grind, get in tune, stay in tune. Blessings.
There it is. Of course, RMF, Reggie Moving Forward. Just Reggie Moving Forward on all platforms. With that, we are
Thinking outside the box.
Man, it's about to be one of them shows.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I want to say that, honestly, after our 50th show, our guesses have been, like, top notch.
Yeah.
Like, we've been having, like, the elites of guesses on the show after the 50th, man. This young lady is a media mogul. I'm talking about everywhere I see on social media, she was somebody famous. I thought she was going to come in here about 5 security guards, but she didn't.
She just
thank you for
one.
that. Let's give a big hand clap and welcome to the show, Tavimo.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, man. What can they find you at?
I'm excited to be here. You guys can find me on social media at __Tavimo and on TikTok at Tavimo_media. So.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Now, you know, I want you to throw all your little bows and everything towards him. Okay, he's gonna be the one that's gonna get on your nerves in the show. All right, that's the one right here. But no, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Before we get started with the topic, because we definitely got a lot to talk about. We're definitely gonna get in that bag. So continue to subscribe right now and share because y'all don't want to miss what we're talking about. All right, let's talk a little bit more about you. So you everywhere in Chicago. So what made you get started doing what you're doing? Because you're really good at it.
Thank you. I started in 4th grade. I hosted my elementary school Black History program. And basically from that moment, being in front of the audience, being on the mic, that's when I realized like, I love doing this. And I originally wanted to be a news reporter. That's what I went to college for, was journalism. I thought that that's what I wanted to do. However, just like being in that space, I realized that I didn't really want to do like hard news all the time. I wanted something more, especially me being younger at the time, I wanted something fun, something I could relate to. So I started to dabble into like marketing and radio. And I ended up going to Illinois Media School as well.
Nice.
And one of our projects was we had to find an internship. So I ended up finding this show. It was a radio platform and it was 3 Black girls on there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so dope. Like, I want to be a part of that. So I reached out to do an internship and it just so happened that they were looking for a 3rd host at the time. So I interned, I was doing behind the scenes, and a producer there, Nate, he was like, you know what, let's see you do a show, you know? So I did it. He's like, I think it would be a great fit to be a host on this show. And that started in 2019, ended in 2023, like the beginning of the year. And I gained so much experience just like being on the show every Wednesday, interviewed so many people, did a lot of events, and just sort of branched off on my own into being my own media correspondent and just making my own little connections and working for like different platforms, doing like content contribution, etc. And yeah, just been out here doing the thing. So that's how I got started.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So
I went to IMS too. So it's
Oh,
it's
you
good
did?
to
Even
see
though
it.
I'm not gonna lie, they didn't do a lot. But they did enough to you know, get me where I needed to be. So
Perfect. What you got, Brian?
No, I was gonna say, man. So thank you so much for coming on the show and deciding to be a guest.
yeah.
Do you get a lot of people come at you like to try to help them out or give them advice on things?
Yeah, you know, I've been so grateful to people because I don't see myself the way people see me. So when people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're," you know, I'm like, you know. But I have gotten people that reach out to me to help them out with like PR, marketing, brand management, or like they're artists and they're like, "What platform should I go on?" Or you know, or even like people that want to be in media, like I want to be a media correspondent. How should I go about it? And so yeah, I do get people that reach out.
So my question would be, it's a broad range of things. You got marketing, you got a lot of things as far as dealing with media.
Yeah.
Which one do you think you're more passionate about in concerning media?
I think
Good
my
question.
passion definitely lies with interviewing and speaking with people. I love like learning about what's going on in the city or what do people have going on. I love going to events and like covering them. So anything that I can talk to people, I think that's definitely my passion out of all of it.
I got a question, right? Out of everybody who you interviewed or talked to, who was the most intriguing person you dealt with?
Let's see, who is the most intriguing for me? That's really interesting. I feel like everybody's intriguing in their own way because I learn a lot. I feel like from everybody is something that you can pick up or learn. But I think the most intriguing story that I felt was really cool was my first big interview that I had was with Pretty V. So she's on Wildin' Out. She's a comedian. And so I interviewed her in 2020 and it was amazing. She gave a lot of words of encouragement. Fast forward to 2024, a couple weeks ago, I was at Wildin' Out and I got invited to go. And I saw her again in person for the first time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you were my first interview. She's like, I remember from 2020, I told you to keep going. And that was such a dope full circle moment for me from going from being on live and, you know, and to seeing her in person and her being like, I remember you, you know. So it was just confirmation to sort of keep going. So that was like a nice, interesting moment for me.
And she seemed like a sweet person.
She is. And I love that when people of that caliber are, you know, just nice and want you to succeed. It feels good.
Yeah, that's what's up. Killa, what you got for the lovely young lady?
I'm just kind of taking it all in. I'm impressed with your journey, and I would just add, keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, it hasn't been easy. Definitely being in this industry, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of things that you learn. Everybody's not like you, but you know, you just keep going, you know. So that's pretty much what I've learned from it so far.
That's what's
What's
up.
the hardest part of it though?
I think the hardest part is that aspect of everybody's not like you. You know what I'm saying? So the way that you move, your morals, your values, you can't expect that out of everybody. Like they're not going to have your back or just like do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I had to learn to, you know, not get my feelings hurt. So
you know, nothing worth having is easy. You know what I mean? Easy to come across it.
Right.
Y'all got to put the work in and then make it worth having, you know?
absolutely.
Yeah. But you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Thank you, guys.
We're honored to have you here.
Thank you.
And that's what we do here. We kind of highlight our Chicagoans first, you know, before we highlight anybody else. And let the people know we have some dope people.
Man,
We
you
do.
say that,
We
Moolah.
really do.
We do. And we some of the dopest, right?
Okay, exactly. Let them know.
You know, for real. You know, so, you know, I'm glad you do what you do. It's more sisters, you know, you like you ladies, y'all in front right now.
Right. They leading the charge.
They off and running.
Y'all off and running, and I look at my daughter. You know, she's 22, and I see how off and running she is. Not looking back, I was like, man, I wish I had that at that age. You know, but continue to keep going. You know.
Yeah. I think this is such a dope platform because, like you said, you guys highlight Chicago people, and what I hear often is they feel like Chicago, we don't support each other. You know, we only support each other once we big and everybody else. So I think stuff like this is so awesome to have because we need it. We really do. So
and we just continue to grow. Like I said, over 1 million views. Man. Like who would have thought that? But no, we just continue to growing. And doing things in the community, like we doing coat drive. We got a coat drive coming next month. My book signing is next month as well, so the brothers can come out for that. So it's like we support each other, we love each other, and we just keep moving forward, right? No pun intended. All right, so look, man, y'all know we got to talk about it. If you are from Chicago or in Chicago over the last 48 hours, you already know what we about to talk about.
Yes.
If you guys are tuned in right now, here's the time to give those comments, right? We definitely gonna get in that bag.
Yeah.
But Brian, tell people what we talking about.
Yeah, and people, I got the phone ready for the comments. We live. I'm chiming in with you. So if you got something to say, bring it to the forefront. As my man Red said, we got to talk about this. Today, the title of today's show is basically "Rather Be a Killer."
Man,
rather be a killer. You say, what are they talking about today? It's a sad thing when we look at this. Our people, and it's like we're so infatuated with death, dying, killing, when there's so many other things that's positive that we could take and we can embrace as success. However, it just seems that people feel a man ain't a man unless he got bodies, on both ends, whether it's sexual or violent. If you around here, are you from the Chicago area, anywhere else, Florida area, Texas, Atlanta, whatever, I know you done heard about it.
All the big cities.
All the big cities, you done heard about it in the little cities. It's worldwide now. I about can guarantee that. We have a rapper from Chicago by the name of Lil Durk. And Lil Durk has just been indicted for murder for hire. And we want to dive into it. What's your opinion on it and what do you think? Because what we see is a person that is successful, who has won a Grammy, sold millions of albums, records.
Help a lot of people.
So what you say? What'd you say?
Help a lot of people.
Help a lot of people. Just started some youth foundations and brought them to the west suburbs to introduce them.
Got a key to the city.
Yeah, 2 keys to the city.
Yeah,
2 keys to the city. One to Broadview, Illinois, and one to Bellwood, Illinois. And the same token, turn around and get indicted for murder for hire. And usually when they got an indictment, they already got proof, and evidence that this is the case. And it's unfortunate because why is it that it seems that success is not enough? Why is it that being a Grammy Award winner is not enough? Why is it that being a famous rapper is not enough? Why is it that you have to speak about death, violence, and killing, and you feel that you have to live up to it? Now, what I would say is, it's power in the tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Whoever shall love it shall eat the fruit thereof. When you speak those things into existence. You got to be careful what you speak into your life. And it's a sad thing to me because I feel like a lot of, even in his own mentality, if it's true, you get to the point where you feel like if I'm not standing up to what I'm rapping about, then that makes me less of a person. And nowadays, it's like that's all they really care about. They in love with it, man. They in love with killing and being a killer, having mob ties, and glorifying death, gang violence. Why do we have to continue to glorify this stuff and put us in this bad light?
We often do these shows, man, and we have a lot of great topics and talk about things that's going on in the city. But this one hit a little different because this is something that is in our city, like directly, right? So I definitely want to get the pulse and the response and the energy of our lovely guest. I know you heard about what's going on.
I have.
And it's taking over everything. And allegedly there's things going out that, one of his own people is, doing stuff or settlement, whatever.
Yeah.
You are in media. You know, you hear the voice of the streets. So
Yes,
what's your thoughts on this?
Man, definitely, like you said, it hit different, being from Chicago.
Yep.
And we grew up on Durk. It's not from childhood, but he was a big part, at least of my like high school, getting into my adulthood era. And it sucks. It really sucks to see. I definitely, I enjoy Durk and his music. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, it's nothing wrong with having that, full.
For sure.
Yeah. But I think it's sad. I wish that it never happened. I feel like he's definitely in a space of really trying to like change his image and push that growth and try to give back to the youth. So it sucks that something that happened years ago, is now coming to light. And I wish that it never happened. I feel like a lot of times being in that space, for one, you are a product of your environment. You know what I mean? So even having the riches, having the keys to the city, sometimes when you're so deeply rooted in that, it's hard to get out of that mind space. And I feel like it makes it no better when you have things like the internet and you have trolls that are like, why didn't you XYZ? Why didn't you, and sometimes like that affects people, you know what I mean? Like reading comments and seeing people like come at you for things like that. I honestly, like I said, I wish it never happened. Like, I feel like he's so great. He is one of the voices of the city. I think with him rapping about like gun violence and things like that, for me, I feel that it's because it's things that he has gone through, and it's, you're expressing yourself. Is that great? No. Should it be glorified? No. But I think that the most important part is, like I said earlier, is the fact that he's trying to change that narrative and trying to push, religion and just like brotherhood. And as far as it being a friend, that's just terrible. And it really just shows you like it's nothing in the streets. It's going to end up literally two ways. You're dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the moral of the story. And hopefully the young people, they look at it and see like, even though they may rap about it and you may see it and it may look nice, it's nothing good that comes out of it. It's a bunch of families that are hurt. And that's really just the basis of it. A lot of kids without fathers, a lot of broken homes, and it just creates this terrible cycle that we already deal with in our community. And I think that hopefully moving forward, it's a shift in the city to where, even though you have gone through these things, put it in the past and let's try to like rap about positivity, push positivity, and really just start at the root of the problem and become better role models for the men that we have in the city, because a lot of times they don't have anybody to look up to besides these artists. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's a sticky, tough situation that you don't want to see anybody go through. You don't want a Black man in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's sad. We'll see how it plays out, but I just hope that it opens the eyes of everybody to just leave that stuff alone, take the Chief Keef route. Like he left and he went away, he stayed away, and that was that, he just focused on the music. And, because once you're gone, it's like what more could you really want? You know what I mean? But again, I think it's those mental battles that it overtakes them. So.
What you got, Mullah?
I want to ask her too, right?
Yeah.
Do you think his peers had something to do with the way he moved?
Absolutely. A lot of times the people that are around you are not good for you. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have people that they're stuck in the same mindset. So they don't want to see you doing better. They don't want to tell you like, no, leave it. It's okay. They're going to egg it on because that's just the mindset that they have. And sometimes it's like, that's why that is so important. Like the people that you have around you it matters. You know what I mean? Like you have to have people that are doing better than you or on the same page as you, because if not, you can have situations like this.
Yeah. I'm a tap in like what Grind has said. I think it's really, really shocking because of his achievements. It ain't really about Durk as an individual. I think it's we really upset because we looking at what Durk achieved. He achieved the Grammy. He got money. How could this happen to him? But it's hundreds of the people he sent off was selling. I think it's the culture. I think like what Grine's saying, like it you could come up with 1,000 scenarios. We raised to believe this. And then some of us outgrow it, and then we come back with like, he should did. Man, you ain't even no longer active.
Yeah, that's a ridicule. That's a ridicule now. That's crazy.
You can't run like that no more. Half your team gone, dead. Ain't never come. We gotta really just say to ourselves, right, what happened to Durk and what happened to these young people, all of us are part of it. This is our community. We believe in this. We believe in this false religion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We listen, you're a data man and a killer man. You know what I mean? These people was tied up with who killed people that somebody on the other team loved. Right? So it just depends on what team you play for, right? We cheering for him, but on the other team, somebody died on that team, right? You know, I ain't saying that against, I think it's unfortunate. I just think it's generational, man. If you go back, like, think of his father to be gone for 26 years, allegedly, you know, from what I've been reading, and then come back, and then your son leave. And then your son died.
And don't forget, he was raised by a single mom.
Yeah, so like the father thinking like, man, he wouldn't want, and I think what Durk is really showing us is how much of our talent and what we could achieve is dying and wasted away. You get what I'm saying? How we throwing away all our gifts, you know, in this make-believe war playing cops and robbers. Because Durk was telling the musicians, I think some of the people that threw their life away, what was their gift?
Yeah, they tell
us. What was their purpose? You get what I'm saying? And until we confront this thing and be like, hey man, we don't and like how you said, I love, you know, that the music gets you fired up. Right? I ain't gonna never say that, right? But I don't want nothing to have me jumping off the porch, man. Well, I want to, you know what I mean? So, so in a sense, could the music be demonic, right?
Yeah.
Like I know nobody want to say it, I can't go. I'm gonna get you sick. I can't go to the gym and listen to no ballet.
Right.
Man, I need fire up. I'm gonna need some kill around here, right? Like,
trendy.
So the music got to be something, and think about it. The record companies and these industries, they family ain't dying, boy. We out here cooking up a cocktail, man.
And they get rich off the artists when they die.
And all our kids and nephews. So I'm not getting into the mathematics, man. It's gonna be another one tomorrow about whatever he did, whatever he got caught up in. I'm just saying, Joe, we got to really start taking some time and study, man. Like, are we really participating in something that's gonna lead us all to our own destruction? That's all I'm going to say on that. I land my plane.
I like that, you know, pointing out to a cultural thing, because that's what we getting at. Like, it's like say, we rather be killers than to be successful. Rather be killers than be a doctor. You rather be a killer than be a, you know, architect. You rather be a killer. You know, it's like that's what it seems is so exciting to the people. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, it's not even so much when you say the music. You know, well, first, this I want to dive into what she was saying about sometimes you got to get people out of your life. We got to get rid of the yes man and put some advisors into our circles. Get rid of the yes man and get some advisors. Somebody that's gonna give you some solid advice about, you know, living your life and stepping out and stepping away from the things that has hindered you as an individual and as a people. You know what I mean? Yeah. The other thing as far as the music, it's okay with talking about the stuff that you've been through. You know, like, it's nothing wrong with that. You know, me personally, even in what I do, I always talk about the things that I went through and been through in my life, because I believe that is the gospel. You know, the gospel is about, they say, when you talk about drugs, you might talk about this, you talk about that, sexual things. I mean, like, that's life. You know what I'm saying? The Bible speaks about all things, you know, but it's not glorifying those things. You could talk about what you went through without glorifying it. You could even tell a story of when something happened, but without glorifying it, you know, and then even if you utilize the glorified to advance your life, you know what I'm saying? Why not, once you get to a certain point, change the narrative and point that out to the fact that I ain't got to deal with that no more.
And that's what the OG rappers used to talk about.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what they went through, then they'll tell you in another song about what happened when he went through that. You know, so I think what I think it is, it's a mixture of both. I think we were just talking about this, B, about how people get that energy, like those guys that probably he don't need to be with, he get a different energy from them. that he'd get if he was just with some guys. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about like who was good for him.
Yeah.
You see, people work off energy a lot.
He get the Superman
He
complex.
get the Superman complex, the superhero complex, and people who we know have that same problem around us.
It's funny. That's the name of his foundation too, is the Neighborhood Heroes.
Yeah,
wow.
you know, but people have that same problem around us, whereas they don't know when to leave this crowd alone and move with this crowd because this crowd is more, you know.
Yeah, and let's just dive in and be real quick. You're right, 1,000% about getting the right people. But the part that we dismiss is, what if it ain't never been no right people? I ain't never had no father figure. Right, I was talking, I ain't never had nobody I could really trust, but I love you. And I trust you, and you misguided.
Gotcha.
Name is label is only the family.
You misguided. I only learn when it's late.
Yeah.
I only get it when I'm locked up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who like?
So he was gonna crash out regardless.
It was inevitable that he had to crash out. Look, once he done, gonna be another generation that's gonna crash out, right? And then it's gonna be somebody who he didn't crash out. He fresh out the game. Now you giving him, little cookbooks, man. Joe, keep your head positive on the swift. No, he needs you right there when he in the trenches. Going to school in his backpack, dealing with his depression and stuff. But you ain't present then. Then when he well past grown, where he just saying, man, I ain't listening no more. You ain't had time for me. You didn't come home. You didn't want to deal with me. Now even though you telling me the truth, but he's so blocked from it's just like the ministry, man. How you gonna tell me this now?
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
A question for that, and it's for both of y'all because y'all make good points. So in actuality, it may not even just be the problem is not just the people around you. Sometimes it could be your own arrogance based upon the circumstances of what you was brought up in. To the point where now, and I raised the question: do you think maybe because you feel like you chief?
Yeah.
So you get big headed too, especially with the success that you get. On top of you got these yes men following you. They make you feel like you big, and I think that's a problem. And I go back to the glorification part, whereas the people we so in love with being glorified. You know what I mean? Whatever will bring us glory, take all the glory away from God and bring you glory. I think it's in 2 Peter when it talks about how men will become lovers of them own selves.
Lovers of themselves, yeah.
Of them own selves, boasters and blasphemous. Forget about what's right according to a spiritual wise and according to God. You do want to use what makes you look better in the light of individuals.
And then the envy in this, like the partner, he hate that you keep winning. And he keeps starving. And we did starve together. So at some point, he just activate the hate that already been dealt with him and want to bring you back to a position that he in of dysfunction.
That'll compromise your success.
But at least he here with me though.
Yeah.
At least he filed with me though. Ain't nothing ever went right in my life, so live here with me. Now you so blinded because you winning.
Yep, the glory.
You getting whatever you want, like Burger King. She ain't saying no. He gonna do what I say. You know what I'm saying? And then once he crashed, man, Joe, you should have hit a hard left up there on the corner, Joe. I seen that coming, Joe. So I blame everybody. Like I blame his family. I blame his loved one because we keep letting them crash out.
Man, watch this. So I got a question for Tavimo, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that, because we talking about, how society plays a big role in a person taking that approach to life, right? Do you think that if there was more women speaking up about how they have a distaste for men who embrace that type of culture, do you think that would help change things?
I feel like, honestly, no. Only because even though you may have women that may say one thing, it's always going to be a group that says the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be a group that you have. And I feel like, honestly, a lot of men probably do have a woman or somebody that's in their life, you know what I'm saying, that pushes them and wants them to be good. But a lot of times, sometimes men may not be receptive to that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact of it being a woman, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes men relate more or will listen more to a man versus a woman.
Okay, so with that being said, and I raise this question to you and all the females, right? Does it seem like there's more females that's in love with these violent gang culture men?
Absolutely. I think that, well, I don't know. You know, I feel like
he switched quick though.
He was right.
He's right.
It is the bad guy. That's been around.
You know, I think a lot of women, they want a guy with a certain, you know, you know what I'm saying? They don't want the lame guy, you know, and that's a problem.
But being violent in having in that type of culture where you just angry all the time, that don't necessarily mean that a person is not embracing that. Don't mean that they're not tough either, or that they're not strong. Of course, a woman wants somebody that's strong, a provider, you know, that's willing to go places and eat certain places that they want to get that they normally wouldn't go by themselves. And things like that, but I think you can prove that without embracing this gang culture, though.
Absolutely.
You can prove that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't blame it on the women, though. I blame it on the structure, though. Because we start off divided, young men, before we could even deal with a young lady, we don't even know how to demonstrate our masculinity. You know, how does a young man show strength?
Yeah, and that's good, but I'm not blaming it on the women. I'm just saying, do we think that will have an effect on
it probably would, but
that's a good question, though.
No, I shouldn't have said that, blame it on them. But like she said, before she could even impact us with whatever she want to impact us with, we got to first understand how we supposed to operate as men in general before her words would even take place. Her nature tells her that she's attracted to the bravado, the masculinity. So she's wired to attract to our masculinity, but we don't even know how to demonstrate our masculinity.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and if he disrespected you, can you walk away and not be judged?
Yeah, I feel.
On camera?
Yeah.
How you deal with somebody like, you know, bullying you, you know what I mean? And still want to, you know, express yourself to her as a man. We don't know what to do with masculinity because the males before us have failed us and told us how to deal with conflict resolution.
I'm agreeing with
that. So since we don't know how to deal with no conflict resolution, some guy somewhere locked up for a long time figured out that damn pistol solved a lot of damn problems.
Well, I mean, you know, I think that it's once again, y'all know where y'all at, man. TOTB the dopest. Of course, another fire episode. You know, just to tie this up, so we can get into the bag. I really feel the pulse of the city was affected in a lot of ways because of this news, right? There were some people who glorified. There's some people who like mess. Some people like messy stuff. You know, when people get locked up, that's a thrill for them to make things go viral and trendy, right? The fact is, this is another black man who, whether you feel about him or not, he was successful in society.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. He was doing things in our community. Whether his personal life, we don't know about only his girl and his family know about that.
Yeah.
But from us, you know, as black men, we see somebody that's doing something out here productive. So to see that happen to him, of course, is very unfortunate. I will say, though, I do agree, sometimes we got to hold our people accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our family, our friends. If you see me going, and I know y'all do it, if y'all see me going down the wrong path, cuff me. Hey, man, don't do that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think that would change a lot of the results that happens with our celebrities, you know.
I got something for you, Reg, and I agree 100% with that. You know, he'll talk about how do we show our strength. I believe in showing your strength outside of that culture is, first of all, just having confidence as a man, regardless whether you're approaching a woman or how you approach life, period. If you got confidence, I believe that helps that. You know, we do sometimes, and you made a good point when you was like, it's like women don't want the lame. We got a comment here about Savannah. She asked, she said, what defines a lame, though? What defines a lane?
You know, I like lane.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
there you go.
But what defines a lane, though?
There you go, right there.
But not even that is, I honestly don't think that it's lame because I feel like being a family guy, being on your business, you know what I'm saying? Having that emotional intelligence. And I don't think that that's lame, but some women would say that. Me personally, I don't think so. I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that people, they don't like that. Some people, because they're used to toxicity, or that's also, we have social media, you know what I mean? And the whole glorification of everything, they lean towards thinking that, oh, this is the way a relationship should be. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, no, I don't.
Well,
I don't want it.
what I want to say about that is, I didn't just hear that from her. I hear that from a lot of women.
Yeah,
and they need to take the initiative to start straightening that out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's true. Because when you say a lame, when a female say I don't want a lame, I used to tell my baby mom, you don't need me, you need a lame.
Right.
No, I used to say that.
You used to say it, right?
You know what I'm saying? But I used to have to understand, like, what is the definition of that? Because if it's the definition of a person who
go to work,
take care of responsibility,
emotionally stable,
that's what you want to be, right? But I think the female put the lame title on the guys who don't have that, like she said. Yeah. You don't have that, like he never shows it.
He ain't a risk.
He's always reserved.
He ain't no risk taker.
So, but I think the little boys, they grew up, they hear that and they want to be the opposite. And they really not the opposite. And that gets them a little bit. That's a good point.
And low key, that's what turns it around, because the lame is somebody who crippled. You crippled by a mind state of thinking that that's what it really being a man is, and that's really not what a man is.
Yeah.
When you think that lifestyle and choosing that, something that's going to stagnate you in life is what really makes you a man, or that what makes you strong. You really the one who lame.
And a lot of women who's calling, those men lame, it's a lot of men that's in jail.
Because, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's a lot of trying to prove that they not a lame.
So that go back to what I was saying, that it might help if we had more women out here politicking for that guy that's considered, emotionally stable. Let's put it that way.
Let's hear a shout out for the lame again.
She like lame, so I mean, they gonna run,
And if they ain't politicking for them, at least speak against this violent culture that embraces the nonsense.
It's all right for you to have your own guy.
and real quick, Rich. And real quick, I was watching a movie last night, and this guy, he was a little boy, he was brilliant. He got older, and the man was excellent in math and everything, right? And he was gonna be somebody, and his dad went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Make a long story short, he had a girlfriend as he got into college, and she seen he was trying to throw his life away by trying to help his dad get out of jail, and cause he was doing everything he can to get the up for the lawyer, selling weed, stuff like that. And his girl told him, I can't be with you if you finna do this, cause you finna throw your life down. You know what I'm saying? You finna throw your life out the window. And she was stern on it, and he loved her, right? And we don't have a lot of women like that no more.
Right.
Who gonna stand on it like, Joe, I love you, but I can't do this with you.
Yeah.
I see the road you're going, but that's a mature woman, right?
Yeah.
And I even though he still went to go do what he did, but he learned from it afterwards, like, man, and she ended up going to a whole nother country, But the thing is, we do need more women who like, it's okay to, support this guy as long as he's doing the right thing. And once he do the wrong thing, listen, you got to choose. And that would make certain people who love their woman choose the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So we need more women supporting life and rebuking the killer, so that they rather be something other than the killer.
There it is. So ladies, man, y'all start speaking up for the good brothers out
That's
here.
That's all I said.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to work a 9 to 5 and just,
But sometimes though, women will speak up, but it's ultimately up to the man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's only so much the ladies can do, but
We ain't putting it on you neither. I feel that she came back with that. We ain't putting it on you. Right though. Listen, I'm agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah.
We as men, we got to take accountability for our mistakes and our circumstances and the things that we do, so that we can actually be leaders and show ourselves to be true leaders. I'm gonna keep praying for Durk as well as, and I pray that what was found was not true, you know, and that and something good comes out of this, but.
And for his family.
And for his family, and for the other men that's been locked up with him as well, for all of them. Yeah. And I pray that the people that see this, however it turned out, that they will see this as a learning lesson to do something other than embrace this culture and try to be productive, become successful, and step away from the nonsense, because it ain't nothing good out here, and it's nothing good about being glorified as a killer.
What's up? I subscribe to that.
And stop snitching.
Yeah. That's another segment. And you got a wire on.
All right, man. Grind. It's about that time, man.
It's about that time, man. Shout out to the plug.
Shout out to the plug.
Today we got a few over here. First of all, Tavimo, what do you have for us?
Indeed.
With anything that you want to promote, that you want to tell the people where they can find you at, where they can come, whether it's a page, a website, anything. We want the people, you to come and welcome us, and you're very welcome. We want the people to come and see what you got for them.
She probably can't accept no more. She got so many followers. She probably can't accept.
Let the followers know.
No, but yeah, definitely keep up with me on all social media at __ Tavimo. You can check out everything that I'm tied to on my Linktree. So linktree.com/Tavimo. You can has all my links. So if you want to check out my TikTok pages, my blogs, I do blogging for a few different companies, whatever it may be, just go ahead, hit my Linktree, and it will take you right there. So
it is. Also, we want to shout out Sunlit Bookings, and that you can find them at sunlitbookings.com. It's a solar generated business and event coordination. They looking to power your event, whatever it may be. Get into them again. That's sunlitbookings.com. We also, shout out to the plug, Duke's Consulting Services. And you can find them at dukesconsultingservices.com or dukestax.com. That's DUKESTAXX.com. And that's they to help you with your business startups. They can help you with notary services as well as your tax services. Get in tune with them. Also, we want you to be on the lookout for Survival Pack, the Survival Pack Foundation. We'll be looking at lifting up the youth and helping the community survive. And survive through all the things that they're going through. They having a coat draft coming up next month, which we'll keep y'all in tune on, as well as NDTV, where you can always find us at. We want to shout out NDTV, where they have the latest movie, Love on the Air, featuring our own Killa.
Yes.
Make sure you check out NDTV, Love on the Air. Man, get in tune, stay in tune. Shout out to the plug.
Shout out to the plug.
We love shouting out dope people in Chicago doing dope things, man. So y'all continue to rock it. All right. Time to get to it. All right. So what's in that bag is the segment that is because of you guys. You guys send these letters in all over the world, right? And it's basically just to get you updated. They are depending on us for advice. So that means you too, all right? We are going to read the letter. And a lot of times people go through a lot of different things and people are responding to what we say on these airwaves, right? Yeah. They send us letters and responses like, oh, thank you for your advice, this will happen, et cetera, et cetera.
They cuss me out though.
Cuss him out a lot of times. He always get the crazy bit. But how it works, I'm gonna read the letter. If it's something in that bag, you want to give some advice to this person, do so. But if you don't want to touch it, it's too much, or you don't want to, you ain't got to say nothing. All right?
All right.
All right. Y'all ready? All right, let's get into them. All right. Hey to everyone on the panel. As you see, this is Chanel from the Nap Town, but I live in the Chi now. Okay, cool. I follow a couple of you guys individually, but as a whole, you have a great show. The situation is for a friend of mine that she's dealing with. So on Sweetest Day, she took her boyfriend out to dinner and to a comedy show. They have been dealing with some infidelity issues in the past on both ends, but they've been doing really good over the last year, so I'm really happy to see them back locked in. Well, At the gas station, while they was out, while he was pumping gas, a text message popped up on the car dash screen from a girl, and Siri read the message, which said, "Happy Sweetest Day King, just sent you a gift, enjoy your night." My friend instantly became very mad and upset, and when the boyfriend got back in the car, she confronted him. He told her that it was just a friend who already knows he has a girl, so she should not overreact and ruin their night. She said, "Well, what was the gift that she sent you? Open your phone so I can see." He responded by yelling, "I don't know. I just got in the car and you started screaming at me," which made her more upset. So she made him take her home. They didn't go out, and now they're broken up. So I really want to ask you guys, who was at fault here? My friend, her boyfriend, or the girl who sent the text message? Or is everybody tripping? I really would like y'all advice. All right, so heavy bag. Situation is, young lady, she has a friend. Her friend and her boyfriend went out for Sweetest Day. Couldn't even go out. They couldn't even make it to dinner. Couldn't even make it out, right? Went to the gas station. Her boyfriend was pumping gas. I really hate when your messages pop up on that screen, and you know what I'm saying? That's weird anyway. But anyway, somebody sent them a message saying "Happy Sweetest Day," sent them a gift. The girlfriend became mad. He felt attacked. He didn't want to respond. Now they broken up. They didn't even go out. So we want to ask you guys, we want to ask our guests, even ask the audience. You can go up to the mic and say, who was wrong in the situation? Her friend, the boyfriend, or the girl who sent that message? Or was everybody tripping? So, Tabby, what you think?
Okay, first of all, I think the first red flag is the fact that they both had infidelity issues and stayed together, because I feel like when you get in a point in your relationship where y'all both are cheating on each other, I don't know. For me personally, I don't see how you can come back from that. But but everybody's different. So that's new to me that I heard that. Second of all, I feel like if this was a friend who, for one, it depends on how long they've been in a relationship, right? Because if it's a friend who's been around or whatever the case may be, the girlfriend will obviously know who she is. So I feel like the fact that she doesn't know who this friend is very telling. And honestly, I think that she was right for getting upset, because Sweetie's Day is for your sweetie. So I feel like, why are you sending, your friend a Sweetie's Day gift, and then King, like that's
not cool. Okay.
That's too much. Like, why are you?
What about love?
Love, all that. I think. Well, I don't know. Love, maybe not love. I don't know. I just think it's so different, because it just depends on the intention. And I don't know. I just think that, like I said, if it's a situation where you don't know who is this person, obviously, how could this be such a great friend if we're in a relationship, we've been in a relationship, and I don't know who this person is. So yeah, for me, I don't think the girlfriend was tripping. Honestly, my night would have been ruined too, honestly. So
the whole night would have been
ruined. Me home. Yeah.
Wow.
Unless, because why are you yelling at me? If I'm asking you what's the problem, you obviously put yourself in my shoes. We know if the shoe was on the other foot and it's a guy talking about, hey, Happy Sweetie's Day, Queen, I sent you something, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to question it as well. Like, what's going on? So I feel like you reacting so upset immediately. Like, that's wrong. Like, you should understand where I'm coming from and be like, oh, let's look and see what she said. You know what I mean? Like, that would have made it be better, instead of trying to make me feel bad for feeling some type of way. But I'm young, so that's how I see it.
Definitely got an opinion on that. But Moolah, what you got?
I don't think he was no lamer though. Shout out to him not being no lamer.
What you think, bro? Who was wrong? Was she wrong? Was the friend wrong? Was the boyfriend wrong? Or was the girl who sent the message wrong?
All right, before I go to that, I want to go back to you.
Okay.
Right.
I think this should be his segment.
So ain't no coming back from cheating.
I think if you get to a point where both of you are cheating, no.
Okay.
Well, somebody got their lick back, so that makes that
even. 9 times out of 10, we know who got their lick back.
Right.
So,
but it's not. I don't know. It's not right. Like, I feel that And again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a lot of dating experience. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I feel that if infidelity happens, like if you're in the mindset of feeling like you want to get your get back, you probably shouldn't stay in the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So doing that and staying in there, that to me is a red flag.
Okay, so it's something gonna happen again.
You know what I mean? Because how could you fully, even though you may care, but how could you fully trust each other again? You know what I'm saying? If y'all both doing that to each other. But again, I don't have the experience.
I got you. Okay.
Man.
I think she overreacted. She just messed up a good night. She messed up a good night. Certain things in relationship, just eat. Not saying, sexually.
Hey, especially if that was the concert with Tony Robbins highlighted, because that was a nice comedy show. She messed that up.
Okay, right. That was going. So, it's certain things. Like this, what I say. As a man, I'm a driven man, ambitious man, right? And if I'm dating a chick and we rolling as one, and she know instantly that women gravitate towards me. She's gonna know that instantly to how I move, but it don't saying I'm gravitating towards her, right? So we're gonna get those calls, texts from old flames, I'm just keeping it 100. They never stop tracking you. Ain't too many good men out here, and they look at the ones that got back, and they like, man, I would like to spin the block on that guy. And listen, women, y'all have the same thing. It's men who chasing y'all in y'all DMs constantly, waiting on that nigga to mess up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it 100. People don't want to hear she got somebody in her DM. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that women know how to play their shit better than us. Ain't no way he's supposed to have his Bluetooth text messages ready. Like, how dumb is that?
He should have did that.
Come on, man. You do that.
He should have did that.
That's like murder for hire with Durk. That's dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'll talk about it later.
I don't like that.
Listen,
I don't like that.
I don't have nothing to hide either, but what I'm saying, I don't want my text message just written by, there's even Siri reading it. I don't want that. I want to drive and look at my message and drive and okay, like that. But yeah, she messed up a good night.
Okay.
And what she should do the following week, she should take him out, apologize to him, and have a good night. We call that re-roll. Yeah.
Interesting. Scholar, what you got, man?
I really ain't got nothing in that bag. It's kind of like a little bit of elementary, right? They both doing them. They just decided to be together. So she not afraid to step out the box, and he not afraid to step out the box. It's just that, when she seen that, Buddy's still active, she got in her feelings, but her man was just smart enough not to text her, you know what I mean? So, because he ain't gone either, right? Because until, I'm going to go with grind until the man set claim to her, anything is still, I'm not going to get into the box, but what I'm trying to say is like, everything is legal. We come up with this delusional stuff in our mind that it shouldn't be like this, it shouldn't be like that, but it is reality. He moving and shaking, and he know you moving and shaking, and y'all gonna have to be mature enough to decide if this something worth pursuing. But I think the real thing is, if you can't sleep with it, if that's uncomfortable, let them go and find somebody else. But this ain't no Perry Mason, Dr. Phil type stuff, man. You don't have the maturity to deal with that type of man on that type of level, and so you should just get you one that you can deal with.
So Tavi, you just so I can make sure I understand, you saying that you feel her, you feel a friend. Your night would be ruined too, and you want to go home too, right?
And again, because I don't know, I don't have those type of issues. Like how y'all saying like, oh, it's always somebody and this, that, and the third. Like, It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, yeah, you know, I think that a lot of people have this connotation and just think that everything's one way. I don't think that's not my reality, so I can't relate to it. So for me, I don't have anybody that's going to be texting me Happy Sweeties Day. You know what I'm saying? Because unless you're my sweetie, you know what I mean? So for me, it's you doing that and you getting that message and it's not from somebody that I know, that I'm aware of, I'm going to feel some type of way.
You don't think she was overreacting?
And
Okay.
Tommy, I think you taking a little bit, when we say it's always going to be someone, I'm not talking about to the extreme, like it could be infidelity or sexual. I'm just saying there's always somebody looking to replace you.
And women are messy.
Right.
You know it's Sweetest Day and you're texting somebody else's man.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So
right.
But you know what? Like you said, you said you don't have that, you know what I'm saying, going on. But one thing y'all do have those hearts. Y'all do have the cat eyes. And that goes just like a DM. Men are smart, just like some women are. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see those hearts on y'all girls' posts, y'all know, dude, he fishing.
I mean, but I feel like that's what's to be expected. Like, of course, people gonna want to talk to you. You know what I mean?
That's what we mean.
But you have control over who has your phone number. Okay, so yeah, and then you have control over the boundaries that you can at least try to set. Like, people are gonna treat you how you allow yourself to be treated. So if you come across as somebody who's like that, you know, obviously in that relationship, they've stepped outside the box on each other. So you're giving that energy. You're known for that. So that's why people are going to feel comfortable to try you. But if you know what I'm saying, you letting them know, like, I'm not that way.
But the first line said, there has been.
Yeah, in the past.
So you can't take it back personally and put your own self, because if you were thinking about yourself, you would never even cross the line. So they crossed the line. This would come with crossing the line.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Grind, do you think she's overreacting? He was tripping. This situation, man.
And they dating now. We don't want to, you know. We want to admit that they dating again, right?
First of
According
all,
to Grind, they dating.
First of all, this is why communication is so important in any relationship. Whether it's a friendship, you call yourself girlfriend, boyfriend, man, woman, whatever. Communication is key. I don't think nobody was wrong.
That's what, man.
I believe that, you know, if she felt she was offended by that, she has the right to be offended by that. Perception is real to the person who perceives it. If that offends her, that offends her. But that's something that should have been talked about early on. She should have already addressed it. I'm looking for us to be exclusive and not have nobody else. Now, can she stop other people from texting him or sending him if he already have a past before her? No, I don't know how fresh the relationship is or how long they been together. They could have only been together a year. He might be 30-something years old. Had the same number for 10, 20 years. Ain't no take. He could have been out there getting it in. You don't know who gonna be sending him.
Drop her off
so you don't know. So what I will say to her, and if it was me, it definitely would have been, I would have been like, well, even though you got your right to your opinion, she would have been the one out of pocket, because until I set claim to something, hey, it's a competition to me. Until either I'm gonna set claim to you, or I'm fighting for you I'm fighting for you in that sense, and you should be fighting for me in that sense. So whether somebody sent him a Sweetest Day or not, you should just been working toward. Have you put up the ultimatum, or and I want to say ultimatum? Have you made it known that you want to be his one and only? You know, have you made it known that you want to be a wife? You know, and if you're not that, then you're open, because that means both of y'all no one to set claim to one another. So you just dating like
Brian said. Yep. You should have been quick to text him first. You would never seen the message. You know what I mean? If you would have gotten it, because like Brian said, if it's a competition, so you wanna have real rules to a game that ain't really a real game.
Exactly. And see, and if I don't know if you was taking him out or he was taking you out, whatever, you should have just brushed that off. Hey, somebody texting, whatever, we finna go have a good time. He with you. He with you.
Because a man ain't gonna drop you off, let another man drop you off.
Now I'm not.
She gonna get dropped off later.
Hey. Now I'm not saying you can't address it or ask them about it, but to get offended by it and y'all not married, hey, I mean, because once you're married, then it should be some boundaries that definitely should be set. Or if you want to say whether I'm married or not, I want to be exclusive. If you make that stipulation, then boundaries should be set with other individuals outside of the relationship as well. But if those boundaries have not been set, if that communication have never been set, then what's to get mad about it? Just go and have a good time. Enjoy your night. If you want to talk about it, talk about it. Don't scream, yell, holler. Maybe she just used it as a way to get out of taking him to the comedy show. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? She could have pulled a Valentine's Day thing with a men's
What if that was
dude.
the first time they even seen each other since the last time? They decided to go out.
Yeah, that's possible. You know, but I think nobody I don't think nobody was wrong. You know, if the one who texted him, no, he not married, hey, it's a competition. She might be looking to be a wife and trying to incite something inside him. You know, he ain't did nothing wrong. He pumping gas and got a check. He can't control that. But you got the right to be upset about it. You just need to talk about it, communicate about it.
There we go. Shout out to the talk about.
I got a question.
What up?
This I'm gonna ask her first, and I'm gonna ask you guys, right? First, are like in your situation, or if you have a situation, can you have a male friend?
Here you go. You can say nothing in that bag.
Yeah, you can say anything in that bag too. You ain't gotta fall for the trap.
You do not have to ask. You can say nothing in that bag. Now you can think about it. Use your training now.
You know what? But I think a male friend with limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna be texting and stuff like that? Maybe not. Are we maybe gonna? Then maybe no. Maybe I don't.
No, I mean, you can't take the male friend. You can't pizza.
Yeah. So maybe.
Maybe not. Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh, okay.
All right, and to the